Great Ormond Street, like many other hospitals in Britain, have as much expertise in the management of mitochondrial disease as any hospitals in the world. I have no objection to Dr. Hirano, but I've looked him up and I've looked at what he's published. The fact of the matter is that they haven't published details which show clearly that they could have changed this boy's life or changed the prognosis of the disease. And I have to say, I think it's really rather wicked to give the parents the idea that somehow, had they been treated earlier, had this little baby been treated earlier, it would have made a difference. That is actually not our experience with this sort of disease. And I think Great Ormond Street were absolutely right in the advice they gave to the parents.
We now know why. We know that last Friday afternoon further tests were conducted on Charlie Gard. His parents saw the results of those tests. They discussed them with their medical advisors, and they realized, as you heard there from Chris Gard, that there was really no hope for Charlie. They prepared, therefore, an application to the court today to withdraw their original application and accept the decision of the High Court judge more than 3 months ago that Charlie should be allowed to die.
It's actually quite common when we have a situation where parents and medical professionals disagree about what is in a child's best interest, the matter's referred to court, usually by the hospital, as was the case here, so that the judge can make the decision of what's in the best interest of the child. That's for a family court to consider, because they make decisions of what's in the best interest of a child on a daily basis in very different contexts. But I think in this case, the reason why it may appear more unusual is because there has been so much publicity. Ordinarily, most court proceedings involving children are private. There is a move towards more transparency in the family court, but it's still quite exceptional for there to be publicity, particularly this level of publicity. You can understand why it arose in this case, because the parents crowdfunded, because they believed in the treatment, and that's why there was a decision that this should be public. But I do question perhaps the way that the publicity has been treated when one sees the tragic fallout of the backlash towards doctors, lawyers, and also then back onto the parents. I don't think that's helpful, particularly when one is considering the interests of a child. Even if Charlie can't himself understand what's going on, he's a child, and his dignity should be preserved. And I think that is a lesson to really that needs to be taken from this.